Hello everyone. I maybe sounds like a dull because it has been a morning, early morning. I have just wake up. Okay. So to start with, today we are going to start with 8051 microcontroller architecture. Okay. So what is an architecture of 8051? Basically, architecture means a block diagram of 8051. It is not means the eight block diagram of 8051 but for your better understanding, just consider that it means that 8051 block diagram. Okay, you got it. Okay. We will move towards the block diagram of 8051. So here it is. See, you can see it contains ALU unit. Every processor has its. You are also processor. You also has your brain. Okay. You will have PSW. Okay, something called PSW. I have not explained till now. I am not expecting from you to know until and unless you have already studied 8051 microcontroller. Okay. So here A and B, A for apple, B for ball. It is not at all. Okay. How's rhyming here? Okay, it is not at all like that. Okay. It is not A for apple, B for ball. I will tell you. It is okay. It is a PC. It is a DPTR. They all are SFRs. I have already told you. If SFRs are the registers, which are in the processor itself. Okay, and then you have might be questions that why it is showing differently, because it has vital and I can say very privileged use, or I can say very heavy use in processes. Okay, basically in your words, understand that some heavy uses are there of this specific this 4 to 5 registers, 6 registers. Okay, uh, here is RAM. There's a port one, port two, port three, port four, and these are the four latches. So simply you just notice this diagram in this video itself. Okay, do not go here. I have already told you pin diagram, but I have not explained you the registers and or the internal structure of RAM and the special SFRs. Okay? So don't go into that. Okay, so to start with, uh, okay, so to start with, I will show you some basic or the some I can say that you might be knowing that what is the actual meaning of accumulator. Okay, so I will reveal that. Okay, here A for accumulator. Okay, and B for I don't know. It is there because it is invented. We cannot say invented. Yeah, we can say invented, but okay, we proudly can say it is invented by humans, but not us, some very brainy people. Okay, here A for accumulator, B for ball, not at all. Sorry for that joke. See, B is something called registers, but it is desperately, what I desperately I can say, it is dedicatedly used for multiplication and division. I will explain you. Okay, in short term. Here A for accumulation. What is mean by accumulation? Accumulation is accumulating something. Suppose your friend is doing some teasing over you and humiliating you. Okay, you just accumulating your anger. At certain point, you will burst or start fighting with him. Okay, uh, okay. So you are accumulating the anger, and you at some point you will burst like volcano. Okay, but here A does not do the same. Okay, otherwise it if it burst, it will just lost your hand. It will lost your money. It will lost your life also. Okay, assume if accumulator starts doing that, yeah, ये कितना process कर रहा है? He's doing continuous processes, and he's accumulating. He's generating so much value that I have accumulating since from 2 days, and I cannot accumulate. I have saturated now, and I will burst, and it will burst, and it will burst all the electronic system, and it will also burst that surrounding or the hand. Maybe your mobile has an 805 or microcontroller. I don't say it. Maybe it has an ARM 7. Okay, I will tell you in maybe in next month. I will start with a ARM 7 microcontroller. Okay, this microcontroller, the microcontroller in the mobile may say burst out. I am holding the hand. My hands gets burn out. Okay, so not done by accumulator. It is good. Okay, so B B B stands for nothing. I don't know. B does the theme, all the operation, basic operation, okay, but it is dedicatedly used for multiplication and division, because with a accumulator no other registers can be used as for multiplication and division. Okay, so here is it is not used. Why? I also don't know. It is an architecture of 8051 that it has been designed it like that only. Okay, see, I don't say B does not do any other operations, but I can say that B is the only register which can do a multiplication and division with A registers. Okay, or A can only do multiplication and division with B, not any other. Okay, it is dedicated. but it can do all other operations. Mind hear that word because it might be confusing to you in the answer paper. You come and write, you will say b is only used for multiplication and division, and ma'am, teacher, or whoever checks your paper might be might be right that that I can only give you zero hertz one, not more than that. Okay, uh, you will not go. Okay. So here PSW. Firstly, we will see about A and B. What that briefly thoroughly means. Okay, here A stands for, okay. See, ALU, arithmetic logic unit. And anytime if anyone asks you what is an 8-bit CPU means, or you can say that you say that my 8051 is an 8-bit microcontroller. What does it means? It has an 8-bit ALU. It can do 8-bit arithmetic and logic operations. Okay. So here A registers accumulator. It is an 8-bit register. Sorry, I have not sorry. Actually, it's your fault that you have not watched my previous video. Okay, I have explained it there that all SFRs are 8-bit registers and accumulator is also a part of SFRs. Okay, so it's your point. Okay, I'm not sorry for it. In most arithmetic and logic operation, A register holds the first operand and also gets the result of the operations. Okay, in all the operations, I don't say most at this time, at this condition, or at the engineering point of view. You just upholds with that data that A holds the all the saturate or accumulate the result of every operations. Okay. So moreover, it is the only user register. Yeah, that's the point I have missed out. A is the only register that has an interlink connection between the external RAM and ROM and processor itself. Suppose there is something between you and the girl you likes. Okay. Okay. Uh, so here you can see that that example I have told you, accumulate example, that add a comma r0, what it will do, it will do the add the contents of a registers and r not registers. Okay, it will add whatever stores in a and r0, it will add a plus r0, suppose, and it will stores the value of result in a itself. That's why it is called as accumulator, and it stores the result of every operations. B registers, it is an 8-bit registers, it is a dedicated for multiplication and division. It can also be used for other operations. Okay. See, multiply division AB. So he divides contents of A and B and stores the quotient in A and remainder in B. Why quotient in A? Why not quotient in B? Because they are the discriminant. They do discrimination. Not at all. You can see that every time we view A first, because basic registers are A. So whenever we are going to search the result, it will keep being passed through the A registers only. Okay. So if we have directly the important value stored in A, we will save our time itself. No. Okay, you got it. Okay, you should got it. Okay. So let's move to the block diagram of 8051. So PSW, what does the PSW function does? PSW is program status word. It will store the status of processor after each process. Okay. Suppose after one process you may have come up with carry. You may have activate some banks, that is a part of internal RAM structure, but I will explain you. You just consider that you may have active some banks, or you may have been uh, generated and carry that can be accumulate. Sorry, that can be a carry or an auxiliary carry. There is a difference between two carry. I will explain you. Okay, in short interval or the next lecture. Okay, and that it will become so lengthy now. Okay, so you may get PSW is used for uh, intimating or showing us the status. Example, for example, I will give the taskbar of your PC. It does the same. It shows you the status of your PC or the processors. Okay, just correlate with it. Okay. So now PC and DPTR, that's two are 16-bit registers. Okay, only two 16-bit registers in 8051. PC stores the address of next instruction. Okay. So suppose you have some memory loss problem, and you started writing something in your notes that I have to do something this after. Suppose you have to message someone, and after this you have to call someone. So first process is you have to message someone. So when you are doing message, just before that you have written in your notes that I have to call someone after this process. Okay. So you have stored the address of your next instruction simply. Okay. So DPTR acts as an data pointer. It will point the address, 16-bit address, as it is a 16-bit registers. It consists of two 8-bit DPH and DPL. It can be consist, but it is mainly consist of DPTR. Okay. This is simply for your better understanding. It has been separated as DPH and DPL. DPH will store the higher 8 bits, and DPL will store the lower 8 bits of the 16-bit number. It is pointing. It always pointed the address. It never stores the data. It may stores, but not in your syllabus. Okay. So I have explained you all the PSW, PC, DPTR, A and B. Okay, so let's go with the theoretical. I have missed some points or not. See, it is a 16-bit register. It holds the address of the next instruction in program memory ROM. Okay, PC gets, yeah. Why it will? It is a 16-bit registers because it is a program counter, because it will hold the instruction address of the next instruction, and the instruction is stored in ROM. That's why instruction is of 16-bit, or not the instruction. It is stored in ROM. That's why the address of the instruction is a 16-bit. Okay, so as the address of register is 16-bit, that's why the PC is 16-bit registers. I hope you get it. Okay. PC gets, come on, yeah. You are now an engineer, you should get it. PC gets automatically incremented as soon as the instruction is fetched. Okay. Yeah. That's why I make the program go ahead. Yeah. It's get automatically. You don't, in this case, you don't have to write in itself by you in Notepad. It will automatically get incremented. If it has to do multiplication after addition, while doing addition, or while going to do addition, it will just incremented the PC address to the division multiplication address. Okay, so after completing addition, it will subsequently start with no loss of time. It will start with multiplication. So here DPTR is a data pointer. Okay, in case of branch, a new address is loaded into a PC. Okay, it's a type of, see, when you come across interrupt, you are going to other other place or such, or other address, mm, whatever the program you are doing, but you are doing something other program right now. So the address of the next instruction in the same program is get stored in PC. Okay, so no, I will not go with that. That comes with stack pointer, and I will not like to go it with here. I will tell you, explain you in the internal RAM structure. Okay. So DPTR is, that's why I left out this point. For now, it, you can say that it can also store the address of branch. Okay. DPTR is 16-bit register. It holds the address data in data memory. DPTR is divided into data. Yeah. Okay, I will explain you in addressing modes. Okay, see, this is a PSW program status word. It is flag register. It will raise the flag like in Zoom meeting. You raise the flag if you have the something called doubt. Okay, similarly in 8051 you raise the flag if you have something called interrupt. That doubts are also an interrupt. They are so annoying in between the lectures. There are some students who continuously uses that flag. This flags indicates status of the current result. Yeah. Okay, each bit, I will make a separate video about PSW because it cannot be explained in one video. Okay, so my next video will be on PSW before any other internal ROM structure. Stack pointer will be explaining internal RAM structure of 8051. Okay, so we will go in, we will go to block diagram of 8051. So here you can see some latch is attached to every port. I have not explained you in my previous video. Okay, some latch is attached. Why this latch is attached? Suppose you went to shopping, you do the shopping, you get and some coat or some pajama kurtas, you forget the bag that carries the gold. Okay, you forget it in that shop and you went out and you go happily and you suddenly realize I have something, forgot my kidney in that shop. Okay, so you went back, then what is the probability of getting or having that bag there only? What is the probability? Okay, just like happened with 8051 processor or the device that is connected outside. Suppose that device started fetching the information and suddenly realizes that I have missed something, and it comes back and it's tried to be, but that information is not available at that time, that code, because you have already fetches. Then what is there to store that information until and unless that process gets completely done? So latch stores the data that is sent by processor until and unless the device connected externally has done its process successfully. Okay. As soon as the device successfully fetch and executed the program that going on, latch will lose its data. Okay. So latch will do the same thing. Okay. There must be a probability that you might be get back in that shop that you have lost or you have forgotten, but that bag now contains not an gold, fake gold. Okay, someone just take out the gold and someone tries to have that, do some misuse with you. Okay, so here can also happen that when the if there is no latch, the might be the device will fetch the wrong data or the wrong information. Okay, there is something other information presented at port 0, some combination of 0 and 1 that not be required or not the external device required. Okay, so hope this is an, see, this is a 8-bit data bus and address bus connected to A and B. Why 8-bit data and address bus? Because RAM contains 8-bit address only. Yeah, you got it. That's why it is both 8-bit address and data bus. Yeah, you can see the ROM is connected with 16-bit address bus because it has a 16-bit address only. Okay, and PC is connected to ROM because it stores the instruction address of the instruction, and instructions are stored in ROM only. Okay, thank you. We will meet in next video. Thank you for all your patience. Let me stop this.